Okay. You are listening to Laura's blog. My name is Loretta Nash. You are listening to Going Back to Civilian Life. It's a pamphlet written by War and Navy Department, 1946. February 1946. Okay? I am at page 50, give me a second, 75. The paper that I have is almost pristine. It's not falling apart. It does show its age and everything. It's very, very well taken care of. Because the person that I got it from, everything was like museum quality. It was weird. They were weird, and I inherited it. And even though I inherited the house, I still felt like I couldn't touch anything, which, according to Mom-in-law, I couldn't anyway. It was her house, and I was not really part of the family. And that's what I felt like sometimes. Okay, pensions for dependents. A veteran's own pension for disability is not continued after his death. Continued after his death. When a former member of the armed forces die of a service-connected disability, his widow, child or children, and dependent parents may be entitled to receive pension. When the former member of the armed forces dies, not as a result of service, but at the time of his death, had a disability due to service, his widow and child or children may be entitled to a pension if the income of the widow or child does not exceed $1,000 a year, or if the income of the widow with child or children does not exceed $2,500 a year. That's so low. I barely make that when I used to work as the photographer. I barely made that I made that in a week. No, in 2 days. Okay, let me get back to this. Parents are not entitled to pensions when the veteran's death is or not a result of service. All applicants for pension should be filed with the nearest office of the Veterans Administration. Social Security benefits. In the case of the death of a former member of the armed forces who was employed in private business or industry, survivors' insurance benefits may be payable to his Social Security account. The next of kin should inquire at the nearest Social Security Board office. Burial benefits. Any veteran whose last service terminated honorably (parentheses), and the veteran's wife and certain members of his parentheses may be buried in any national cemetery. Requests for burial should be directed to the superintendents of the national cemetery chosen. American flag may be secured by the next of kin for draping the casket of the deceased veteran, separate from the service under conditions other than dishonorable, though the nearest office of the Veterans Administration or the county seat postmaster. Yeah, I got it. I got Paul's thing over here. I'm staring right at it. It's in his thing that he got. It's a wonder that Miss Edna didn't get one. She didn't. We didn't know how to get it anyway. Okay, headstones are supplied without charge for the unmarked graves of veterans separate from any of the armed service under honorable conditions upon application to the Memorial Division Quartermaster General, U.S. Army, Washington 25 D.C. Huh. Maybe that's how uh, his uncle got it. Cause yeah, I forgot about him. He was a Vietnam veteran. Uh, uh, cousin Robert, he got his. He's buried out there with Paul and them. Okay. Dependents of the deceased veterans separate from the service under conditions other than dishonorable may file claim for burial expenses not exceeding $100 with the Veterans Administration within 2 years from the date of the veteran's burial. Oh, I still got a husband over here in a jar, in an urn sitting up here. Okay, I hadn't been able to take him out and scattered him where my sister got scattered, but that's my parents and stuff. Okay, let me get back to this. Special, and it still burns a little bit because it's been about a year. Special assistance. Assistance is provided to the dependents of deceased veterans in securing any benefits to which they may be entitled by most of the organizations which assist veterans. And that was page 77. Okay. And now we go into a lot of stuff. Okay. And then it's a lot of details. Further details and then apply to. General information, Veterans Information Center, Red Cross, Army Personnel Affairs Officers, Navy and Coastal Guard, Civil Readjustment Officers, Marine Corps Rehabilitation Officers. Legal assistance, before discharge, legal assistance officer, after discharge, your lawyer, bar association, parentheses, city, county, state, legal aid society. Emergency aid assistant is the Red Cross. Registrations and reclassification, your local selective service or draft board. Insurance, government insurance, Veterans Administration, commercial insurance, your insurance company. Okay, and page 79. Employment, job, your local selective service board, new job, United States Employment Service. We call it what do we call it? Man's workforce. I think that's what we call it now. I know here we do. Okay, government jobs, U.S. Civil Service Commission. uh, vocational training. When disability due to service, Veterans Administration. When disability not due to service, Department of Education in your state. Education, the Veterans Administration. School or college which you wish to attend, Department of Education in your state. Guaranteed of loan, uh, Veterans Administration, agency which you intend to borrow. Readjustments allowance, United States Employment Service. State Unemployment Compensation Commission. Pension, hospitalization, medical care, and veterans home, Veterans Administration. And then here on page 80, it says personal record. It's got your name, your highest grade, rate, rank, service number, date of promotion, and your social security number, entry into service, your place, your date, your branch, commission, date of appointment, report of duty. This is all completely blank. Everything of his personal records is completely blank. So Mr. Paul didn't use it. Miss Edna didn't even put it in it. He just took it and put it in the thing. It's got separation, your place, your active service, the date of the date, military assignments, organization, places, officers, service school attended, battles and campaigns. I wish I could see my dad if he ever done this. Decorations, citations, etc. Service wounds. I know my dad's got his hand and then that piece of shrapnel in his head. Selective service information. National life insurance. Pension, your C numbers. Other addresses. Got a lot of things on that, still blank. Okay, and here on 86, it says letter referred to on page 25 and 30. Collection submission, Veterans Administration, Washington 25 DC. Gentlemen, enclosed is remittance in the amount of blank in payment of the premium due blank on national service life insurance and then blank policy number on the life of, and you write your name and the serial number. Please send future communications and premium notices to the insured at the following address and then signature. And then in case of emergency on 87, on 88, it says right here, distribution. A copy will be distributed to every individual separated from active service in the armed forces. Army, same as WD circulars. Navy, personal separation points. Marine Corps, separation points. Coast Guard, authorization separation point. And then it's got a memoranda. And then on 90 is still memoranda. And then on the back, it has the 4 departments, all with eagles. And that's going back to Civilian Life pamphlet.